Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Grumpy Old Gamers podcast. You can't teach an old gamer new tricks. This is episode number 37, and I'm Ryan, and with me, as always, a good buddy, Rob.
Hey there. How's it going there, guy?
It's going.
Excellent.
Just came right in from the yard, from doing yard work to do the podcast here.
Yeah, it's some beautiful weather here. It was 23, I think, which Celsius, just in case you have American people watching. It's like 70 Fahrenheit, 80?
Something like that.
It's something in there. It's pretty warm. Not ridiculously warm, but nice and warm. So
I'm trying to get yard work done, and I'm not going to fall for it like I did last year, where I'm like, I got the whole summer. We're not going on any big vacations. And then, May was nice, and then it rained the entire rest of the summer. So we're getting as much done as we can now, and we're going to not fall for that trick again.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, it's our anniversary. So my wife and I, our 20th wedding anniversary this weekend. So we're not doing any yard work. We're leaving all the weeds to go. So thank you.
Congrats to you two kids.
Well, thank you. 20 years. Doesn't seem like a day over 20 years.
Careful.
No. She's a saint. She puts up with me, and she's a wonderful woman. She's not watching anyway, but I'm not saying anything bad about her because there's nothing bad about her. She puts up with me, so.
It's pretty much the same with my wife. She tolerates my shenanigans.
Yep. Should I break into the housekeeping then, since I'm talking about there? Okay, so the main housekeeping thing is we were talking about doing this giveaway for a while when we crossed over 1,000 likes, but we're going to be doing a Facebook page giveaway. So look for info here in the next coming days. But all you're going to have to do is just leave a comment in that thread. We'll pin that post up. And leave a comment. It'll be one entry per person. And at the end of a week or so, we're going to pick someone to win a fantastic prize. That's all we got so far. It's going to be fantastic.
Are we gonna let them know what they're winning or ahead of time?
Oh yeah, we'll pick something. Okay. Like when I do the post, we'll have something. But right now, we're still tossing around a few ideas. So.
Because I have this really nice pad of stick-it notes that you could.
Oh yeah. I have this Mario Lemieux hockey for Sega Genesis.
Ooh.
There we go.
I have a smart outlet.
It's very nice. Okay. I have this roll of masking tape.
Oh.
Only half used.
Right. I have this iPhone that.
Actually, that's.
that doesn't work anymore.
Oh, okay.
You have to get it repaired.
It's a broken iPad. I'm not going to start listing off all the stuff.
Yeah, I know.
It could take a while, but
you could be here for quite some time.
Yep. But yeah, so look forward to that. We'll post something in the next couple of days here, and it'll be our thanks, folks, for helping us get over 1,000. They call them followers. I guess they're followers on Facebook page, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you want to move on to the news, and
Let's go on to the news.
You got a story there you wanted to share off the bat?
Yeah, it's only fair that I do this because I complained about it so much last week. But Bethesda, or I guess in specific it'd be id, is going to do this. Id Software is they're removing the much maligned kernel level anti cheat in Doom Eternal due to a huge public outcry. They've said they're going in the next patch. They're going to be removing it, even though they say there was absolutely nothing sinister about it or anything like that. But of course, they're already saying that. But it was just bad form. There's already a lot of people worried right now about tracking and tracing and things like that. A lot of tracing apps coming out with the human cough, the pandemic there, and so people are very sensitive to it right now. And I mean, just putting something at the kernel level to prevent cheats in a game that's not known for their multiplayer anyway. I mean,
yeah, that's true. Like
it's not Yeah, it's not a huge multiplayer game, so
People would probably be less in arms if it was like for Call of Duty Warzone or something, right? Like,
yeah. And then when
I
they
don't
do
know.
anti-cheats in those games, they don't do it at a kernel level, right? Where it's always on your computer, it has access to the operating system. It's just bad form. It's like killing a spider with a flamethrower, right? It's not. It'll do it, and regardless of what the memes say, you don't need to go that far. So
Yeah.
good on you, id and Bethesda, you dirty bastards. But I can't. After making a big deal of it last week, I'm not going to not give them props for doing the right thing there. So
Excellent.
there you go. Golf clap.
Little more towards the good with them. Not much though.
Yeah, exactly. They're still Bethesda. They're still yeah.
Um. So they surprise announced a demo this week for Iron Man VR, which I think we're both going to talk about in the what we're playing. But yeah, it dropped this week, and yeah, that's a nice surprise. Like,
It was, wasn't it?
they've delayed the game so many times. Like, they just need to give a little taste.
Yes. And what'd you think? Or you're gonna talk about
Yeah,
that later.
we'll talk about it in the what we're playing.
Mhm.
But just wanted to let everyone know that actually dropped, and yeah.
And it's supposedly I didn't get that far in it, but supposedly it is a good chunk of the game, right? Like not just a separate level, I guess.
No, yeah, we'll talk about it more.
Sure, we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, good on you.
What about you got the next story here?
Boy, yeah, you went really fast. Do you have something you can say?
Yeah, I do.
Excellent, go for it. I'll have something.
So the makers of League of Legends there.
Riot, right?
Riot Games, yes.
Yeah.
I was going to call it Rocket Games, but Riot Games.
Rocket Game.
Valorant, they've finally given a release date to. It's going to be coming out on June 2nd, and they're really, but yeah, really like quite quick. We talked about it before. That was the game where the only way you could get the beta keys for it was by watching streamers, and they would randomly give away keys during their streams and stuff. And yeah, so they're really predicting it's going to be a big deal, and it's coming out on June 2nd there. Like they were saying before, it seems like a cross between Overwatch and Counter-Strike. If that,
yeah, I've heard that.
If that makes sense. So
I was going to ask you too, like, is Valorant also doing, like, were they in the news for doing some sort of a sketchy kernel level anti-cheat as well?
Oh, they might have been.
I'm just going to pull it up quick, because how to fix Vanguard anti-cheat error. Okay, it's just a driver. No, it's just a driver. That's
okay.
There's an anti-cheat, but it's not anywhere near as deadly. So, yeah, cool. I mean, are you excited at all about the game, or?
I'll give her a try. I always like to, you know what I've really come to realize though in the coming, or as I get older here, is that I'm not such a fan of games in the first person.
Yeah.
Like running around. I really prefer to play games in the third, like where you can actually see your character. Which is weird because I played Battlefield for years. And like I really like that, but like, as much as I loved Outer Worlds, that was one of the things that kind of turned me off a little bit on it. Was that it was in the first person, which is, I don't know, it seems dumb, but yeah, I don't know what it is.
Oh, fair enough. I've never been a huge first-person gamer anyway, so I can totally get that. But I just like I love the idea of like third person, being able to see a little bit around you as well without having to turn your guy and
exactly,
yeah. You bet.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for Valorant there.
Fair enough. You're talking about Valorant gave me enough time to get to my big story of the week, or another story of the week. Not a big one. No, it's a big one. What am I saying?
No,
Pac
it's
Man turns 40 this year,
yeah.
last week. It was yeah, I know, right? It's
So that
I
means I
guess
was 5
yep,
when
yep.
Pac Man came out.
It was yeah, 40 years ago last week that it started in Japan in select arcades, I guess.
Ah,
But
where it was known as Puck Man.
was it?
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
and they changed it to Pac Man because they figured vandalism people would just cross out a little bit of the P there.
Right, right.
Yeah, yeah,
And it's funny because there were all sorts of like there were all sorts of games out like rip-offs for computer and stuff that were called Puck Man. It's just funny to
right.
hear that that was actually the real name there once.
Yeah.
I'm all fuzzy here. Just one sec. Whoop, whoop.
Oh,
There
where'd
we
Rob
go.
go? Where'd Rob go?
My camera doesn't like the lighting in the room for some reason, but yeah. So 40 years old. So do you remember the first time you played Pac Man, or just the first time you remember playing Pac Man? How about that?
Well, I'm sure I played it in the theater or
Mm-hmm.
arcade, not a. And like just like being a little kid, like got a quarter and went and threw it in and basically lost immediately. But um, for Christmas, I must have been 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
I got the little tabletop Pac-Man.
Oh, the Coleco one.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
With like the CFL lighting, right? Where it's
yeah,
yeah, awesome.
yeah. So that was my big pack. Besides, playing in the arcade, that was my
Right.
big Pac-Man time.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, I the first time I remember Pac Man, I'm thinking of the Londonderry movie theater. When
Oh,
I was very little, I remember they used to have arcade games down there, and it was right next to the Monaco GP that was there for like 25 years. They used to have that Super Monaco GP, like the little tiny one that.
yeah, yeah. With with the steering wheel and
Yep,
the gear
yep.
shift.
You bet, you bet. And it was like a 3/4 size, the other ones, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, I remember playing Pac Man there for some reason. And then I remember there was an old Bullwinkle's restaurant.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was another place I remember playing. But I just remember thinking, man, this is such a perfect game. And then Miss Pac Man came out and blew all our minds.
Yeah. Right.
Because not a hot take by any stretch, but Miss Pac Man is definitely the better game. But
Yeah.
still fantastic. Good on you, Pac Man. You don't look a day over 40.
Yeah. Like, think back to the mania of all that though. There was cereal, like it was
Oh yeah.
on everything.
Yep.
Cartoons.
There was a song. There was an 80s
There was an 80s
video
song.
for Pac Man Fever.
Yeah.
Got a pocket full of quarters and I'm heading to the arcade.
Exactly.
Good time.
I had forgotten about that till you posted that with our little story there.
Oh, it was a great game. Great game.
You got you did that one, hey?
I did that one, you bet.
Okay. So how about we talk about the Epic Game Store?
Sounds like a plan.
And this giant sale they've had going on lately. Like, not only are games on there quite cheap right now, some like big AAA titles.
Mm-hmm.
Last week they gave away GTA 5.
Yep.
And this week they gave away Civilization 6.
Yep.
So what game has a part 7 that they could give away next week?
Final Fantasy 7?
Final Fantasy 7?
I don't know, but yeah, absolutely. They're just killing it. It's great. And say what you will about the Epic Game Store, but pretty fantastic.
Yeah, there's some I was just browsing through, like, I mean, their selection is a little more limited. They really don't seem to embrace like strategy type games, like besides the big name ones, I mean, they're giving away Civ 6, but like a lot of the more indie stuff doesn't seem to be in there. Like, just looking through their store, not like you get it in Steam.
It's true, right? And the you think the indie stores would be all over Epic because of the ratios, like the money ratios, but
yeah, it's hard to say, right? Like, you get a better ratio, but like, you also know that if you put it there exclusively, you're gonna make your gamers mad, and I don't know, because a large amount of the gamers don't like to have another. Like they're literally waiting till games show up on Steam to download them, even if they're exclusive to the Epic Game Store.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how the sales compare. I mean, you'd think Steam would be way ahead, but I'm just curious if they've closed the gap at all.
Well, they've closed the gap in giving away free games, let me tell you.
It's true. True. You're not wrong.
I was just yesterday when I was looking through the Epic Game Store, I just looked at my library. I seriously have probably almost 30 games in there.
Yep.
And I haven't bought one of them.
Yep.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's true. It's true. And that in the Unreal Engine, and
yeah,
they've been in the news. Speaking of in the news, did Sony announce any like they're going to have any state of plays or anything like that for as far as early June? I know they've been rumoring about it, but was there anything announced?
They announced Days of Play, which is usually their event that happens that coincides with E3.
Right.
But yeah, they just announced that on Friday, I think.
Okay. Did they give a date or?
Yeah. It's like June 3rd to 18th or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, June 3rd to 17th. One day off.
Sure.
And you know what? There's always some big sales in there, hardware and software.
Right.
Like there's always some good stuff. So
I know the Xbox One X, they've been having all sorts of good sales. It'd be interesting to see if they start doing some PlayStation Pro sales as well at the same time.
Yeah, no doubt, right?
Yeah. And then Nintendo will just roll along.
Yeah.
We're Nintendo.
You guys fight it out. I'm gonna wave as I'm going by. See ya.
I'm gonna release another 6 versions of our console here. So
yeah. Do you have anything else there news wise?
No, I think that's probably about it.
I just wanted to mention one other one.
Sure.
That it's the game won't be great, but it's going to create a lot of entertaining videos.
Last of Us 2? Oh, sorry.
The developers of Goat Simulator are releasing a game called Just Die Already, and instead of goats, it's old people. And you go around like elderly people.
The timing, right? That's
yeah.
I mean, it's
a little insensitive.
The whole year is going to be bad for that, but yeah, I mean, it's great. Looks like a pretty cool little game, but you ever played Goat Simulator?
For about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get it.
Sure, yeah.
Did you?
No.
I
watched some guys play it on YouTube, and I was like, that's about all I need.
Yeah. I mean, that's really the best parts of it. Like, people who actually get good at it. Like, yeah, I tried it, and I didn't have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on into, if that's all we got for news.
I think so, yeah.
Let's move into what we've been playing. And, we touched on it in the news there, but we both tried out the Iron Man VR demo there.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of it?
Well, I'm probably a bad case for this. I loved it for about 4 minutes. And at about 4 minutes, there was a certain section where you're flying really fast along the water, and I suffer from motion sickness. So I got about 4 minutes in, and I'm willing to give it another try here because it was a lot of fun. And with motion sickness, you can help a lot if you've just eaten, or if you keep yourself well hydrated. You can, sometimes it's better than others, because I'd really like to try it because it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I just want to get in there and try it again. But judging by the big grin on your face right now, I'm more curious what you thought of it there.
Rob, I was mother freaking Iron Man. Okay?
Yeah, I thought that's what you'd say. Yeah.
And I don't mind the controls. They become very intuitive very quickly.
Yeah.
I might have been a little close because when you're, it's not a spoiler, when you're doing your repulsor flying stuff and you put your arms aside, because you need to have your move controllers
Yep.
on your display, which is just like you would picture it in the movie. You got your HUD and like you move around and it's there on top of like what you're looking at. Like I said, so after playing the event and having to get the perma smile off my face, yeah, it's the entire first level is actually like it's a part of the game. Like
Okay.
there's the tutorial, which is where you were, what you're saying, but then you actually play the first level of the game.
Okay.
And yeah, so when I was finally done the demo, and you can actually once you finish it, you can go back and time trial the stuff in the tutorial if you want. Like they set it up very easily to do that.
Sure.
I feel like this is the full game because it's a 25 gig download. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I didn't. I
But
don't keep a lot of stuff on my PS4, so.
yeah, I started it downloading on Friday night, and I'm like, yeah, I'll start it downloading. I'll go try it in a little bit,
Oh
and
yeah.
it's only 18% done. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I think it's the entire game, just locked or whatever, right?
Sure. Yeah. Fair enough.
But yeah, to calm down and get the permagrin off my face, I then went in and played some. I became a mother freaking Jedi, and went and played some Beat Saber for a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Worked on my campaign in that.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I got all sweaty and tired, I still kept the VR helmet on and just sat down and played No Man's Sky for an hour. So it's the problem in my place. Like I can't leave my VR headset hooked up all the time. It's the main living room. I got to move furniture out of the way to set up a space directly in front of the TV to be able to play. So when I get it, and it's not much to hook up. It's just you're sitting on the couch, you got the controller in your hand, and you're like, I don't want to dig out the VR. Just turn it on and start playing. Turn it on and start playing. Wins out.
Yep.
So many more. I'll just complete what else I've been playing here, and then we'll move on to you if that's cool.
Oh, sure.
Did you have anything more you wanted to say about Iron Man? Besides,
no, it's a great job. Just a great job with the game. Like it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out there.
So I've been still on the Switch. I've been dividing my time between just golf, or not just golf, Golf Story, and My Friend Pedro, which My Friend Pedro is turning out to be a much longer game than I anticipated it to be. And the good thing is that I kind of thought it was going to get boring because early on, your levels seem very samey, right? You're just going through doing cool shooting moves and diving and jumping over things and picking up different weapons. But later on, they actually do some cool stuff with just adding cool things to the levels and like just cool new ways to shoot bad guys.
Cool.
So but yeah, it's turning out to be quite the lengthy game. I went to the level select and just to see if it actually showed how far along, and I've still got 2 more sections to go. Each section has 7 or 8 levels in it.
Okay.
So I'm like, holy crap, this game is. And yeah, Golf Story. I'm 10 hours in, and I don't like. It's just an RPG moving along, so I have no idea how long that's going to be. And then lastly, I had a good chunk of time yesterday. The weather was crappy, and I actually did a lot of recording. I recorded 2 more episodes of my Let's Play of Master of Orion.
Nice.
I had really thought that the first episode was going to be the last one, and I actually talk about that like right at the beginning of it, and then the game starts getting really good. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to record another one. This one will be the last one. And it wasn't. I got to do one more at least. So, and I also recorded a review for the, I'll be posting that shortly, for the Hori D-pad controller.
Oh, yeah. Right on. Right on.
And I also played the Cheap Bag Game Challenge, which we'll talk about in a bit too. So
heck yeah, we will.
But yeah, that's what was keeping me busy last week.
That's a busy week.
Yeah. How about you? What do you got?
Well, like I said, it's anniversary week, so I didn't play a lot, but what I did play, I played a lot more of Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Finally beat that one part with the banana challenge.
Yeah.
And I got to admit, I was that day. How's the meme go? I was that day old when I realized you could throw fruit and not just knock it down.
Yeah, I was today years old.
Today years old,
Yeah.
Once I figured out that, it was actually not too bad. So in my first Divine Beast, and I got about 3/4 of the way through that, and then that made me motion sick. It was actually, spoilers, I guess. You're inside this giant mechanical camel, and you get to all these transmitters by rotating sections so that they open up holes so you can get to them. And after a while, I realized that I was starting to feel a little queasy, and had to stop. And I haven't got back to it yet. So, but it's going really good. I don't really need to hype up Breath of the Wild at this point. If you haven't played Breath of the Wild, you're not going to. So,
yeah. Well, see, that's not true because it took you three years to.
That's true. That's true. There might still be someone out there, but.
Do you have any other things you came across that you're not sure about, or
no? I'm starting to get into the flow here. I think.
Okay.
It's when you start to get in some of the later sections, it is really funny just how many you're starting to beat people with a torch because you have nothing left in your inventory.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I guess I'm going to hit you with this leaf. I guess I don't know. Whack, whack, whack.
Yeah.
It's not working well, but yeah, it really is a game that if you tried it and you got turned off a little bit, just give it a little more time. Go back to it, and it really does get good. So
get good.
Yeah. And then the other game I was playing, I gave it a try on a whim here. Was it's called What the Golf? Yeah, since we're talking a lot about golf, evidently.
Yeah.
And it's a boy, how to describe that? It starts off as you're knocking a ball into a golf hole, and then it gets really weird. There starts being different kind of levels where you're kicking a soccer ball, and you got to dribble a soccer ball around kids, and then instead of shooting the ball, you're shooting the player who was swinging at the ball. There's like Flappy Bird levels, like it's
they're all golf themed though, right? Kind of,
and then some of them aren't. It's like
okay,
it's really cool. You start off as this golf ball. You're in like a computer lab, a golf lab, and there's this evil AI that you're trying to defeat or something like that. But you go through, like, there's hundreds of these stages, these little stages. They take like a minute and a half to play. But when you beat them, there's also challenges to get a par in it, or then get the king challenge in it. You have to do something else with it. And so there's a lot of replayability. And I mean, it's like $18 now on the Switch, which is like $3 American. Like, I think they'll pay you to play it. So, but it's a great game. And it's been out on everything. So
yeah, I've definitely heard of it before, and like it's come highly recommended. So
yeah, and it's great. You can play for like 5 minutes, put it down, which is kind of what my week's been like. So that's What the Golf for the Nintendo Switch, or like anything else. But
yeah,
it's a Switch game. It should be a Switch game. It's like destined to be on the Switch. It just makes sense on it. So
okay, yeah. So looking at our other stuff here, yeah, we didn't have a weekly poll this week.
Nope, sure didn't.
We are slacking.
That's right. We're going to have like a touchy-feely one for next week. We'll come up with something.
Yeah.
Like, or
Oh,
something like political or something, just to test the audience.
you know what else? I do have one more thing I've been playing. I nearly forgot about it. I got some time in yesterday and today on Splatoon 2.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because they said they weren't doing them anymore. Like they finished them last year. Like they haven't done. This is like it's almost a year since I think last July was the last one. But they had a Splatfest this weekend, which is always you know, it's a versus thing. They always have two things, and you pick your favorite, and you go and represent that team in battles, and you battle other teams that represent the other side. So this
Sure, yeah.
this Splatfest was do you like mayo or do you like ketchup? So I picked Team Mayo because I'm all about the
Because
mayo.
you're on the right side. That's why.
Heck yeah. And yeah, and so got in some matches on that, and it's such a it's such a fun game. makes me want to go play it more. Not enough hours in the day, Rob. Not enough
It's
hours.
true. Very true.
So also I mentioned I recorded yesterday me playing your cheap bag game challenge from last week.
Yeah.
The game No Limit or No Thing,
No
not No
thing.
Limit.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
Thing. So this is also where my rant of playing in the third person or first person came from, because that's um so basically you only use two buttons as
Mm-hmm.
far as I made it, because I played it for 20 minutes and then I couldn't make it past the first level. But basically you're on a track, and every time you come to a corner you gotta hit the left or right button to turn,
Mm-hmm.
and it speeds up, and it's always the same track.
Okay. Okay.
And there's like a 80s computer voice taunting you in the background, and cool like MIDI type music,
Oh
and
yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it was not good. Like I'm like, is this all it is? Is this really it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just hit left and right. I'm like
Yeah.
doing it faster and faster. Yeah.
You know what? Left and right is one button push more than the games you usually pick for me. So I don't even feel bad. It's
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So I scoured I
oh yeah.
scoured the Switch store
Okay.
looking for this game. This game is 90% off this week and comes in at a whopping 14 cents.
Oh yeah.
It's called Just Glide.
Oh, you picked another one of these. I think I know what this game is.
Yeah.
You picked another phone game for me, didn't you?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know? Okay. Okay.
Actually, I have no idea. But remember the good old days of throwing your own paper airplane into the air? Just Glide is just about that.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Sit down, relax, and enjoy your paper plane's flight. So what catches my attention on cheap games like this
Yeah.
is that there's no video.
There's no video. That's a good sign. That's a
Yeah,
good sign
that's
for a
always a
bad
good sign
game.
of. And from the pictures, it looks like you got to control your plane somehow, and like collect coins, and looks like get gusts of wind or
Collect
something.
coins. You picked another phone one.
Is it?
It's a. I'm gonna pull it up right now, but I'm calling it right now. Calling it right now. You gotta collect coins so you can unlock characters, and it's totally a phone game. Here we go. Just Glide.
Oh, but the further you make it, the more challenging it gets. They actually have that in the description here.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
In Just Glide, you
Oh,
control a small, brave paper airplane making its way forward. Glide through air hoops, avoid incoming projectiles, and push through rainy clouds and pierce through obstacles.
it's good. It's good. It's real good.
This just sounded like something that you needed to play, Rob.
Supports the touchscreen.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, yeah. You know why it supports the touchscreen,
Because
right?
it used to be a
Because it
fun
used to
game.
be a phone game. That's right. Okay. All right. Yep. I will. I'll have that up this week. Yep. All right. All right. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Look for that, people. All right. All right.
I don't know why I'm drawn to these games, Rob. I just it's like I mentioned it in my video that you seem to always get me on these like rhythm / like reflex ones that I'm like horrible at. It's like mash A, B, this
Yep.
one it's
Yep.
like do the left right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excellent. Excellent. So you got anything making you grumpy this week?
No, not in gaming.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's been like it's a weird time. Like they're trying to build hype, and all the major events are canceled for the summer.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just a weird time. Like news is like just slowly trickling out. Like,
Yep.
I mean, look at the news we talked about. Like nothing.
Yep.
Well, the Doom and Iron Man were like the kind of the two biggest stories of the week, and yeah.
Yeah. It's like Xbox and Sony are just waiting for the other one, right? Like, you go first. You go first.
Yeah. Show your cards. Show your cards.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
So they can have their it's only $2.99 moments like they did with the Saturn there, but
Yeah.
back when Sega made video game systems, you remember that? Good times.
Vaguely.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
They were all dumb anyways, but well, that's what I thought back then. I'm not as educated as I am now. We'll just go with that.
There you go. There you go.
Well, if that's all you got, that's all I got this week.
Yeah, you bet. You bet.
Okay, well, thank you everyone for checking us out. As always, it's been a pleasure. You can check out more of our stuff at thegrumpyoldgamers.com. That's where we post all of our original content. And hop on over to the Facebook page. We do lots of activity there, lots of news and just general discussion. And if you want to talk to Rob or I, you can email us at makeusgrumpy.com. Oh, I should have bought that .com. You can email us at makeusgrumpy@gmail.com.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, we'd love to hear from you. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Take care. Bye-bye.